everybody? Happy Thursday evening, and I'm just here, as you can see, and I just got great news. I got the news from the office at the Sacred Space that we just had our 10th person register for the School of Plant Nutrition that starts on Monday. I'm so excited about that, that I just wanted to just do a quick video here, and in case you're kind of on the fence, in case you heard about the program and you're just like, well, what's it all about? I'm going to show you what it's all about. Just real briefly, don't want to take too much of your time, and those who are watching, I certainly appreciate that. So let's check it out. Well, there's a lot of materials. Let me see if I can just kind of show you all in one scoop here. Wow, okay, a lot of materials, but excuse me, I'm going to go through them all one at a time and kind of just give you like the lowdown, see kind of like what we're looking at here. So the first thing is that the program's organized in a syllabus. The syllabus has objectives. You know, we're talking about a wide range of subjects. You know, talking about the approach of healing, why nutritionists, you know, may not have all the answers. What is it about the medical approach that's not ideal? Understanding the history as to who the great masters were who are teaching us all of this information, to the relationship of psychology, and that's all just on the first day. So we're talking about the lymphatic system. We're going to go into the second day here, and now we start talking about physiology. We start talking about how the body works, the 4 basic processes, the cell, the tissue, the cardiovascular system, the digestive system, the eliminative systems, the endocrine gland system, the muscular system, skeletal system, nervous system, reproductive system, and respiratory system, and then of course understanding how all the systems interrelate to each other. And that's just day 2. And day 3 we start looking into all of the different reasons that we want to probably start to avoid these animal foods. We're going to look into anatomical reasons, physiological reasons, psychological reasons. If you're into it, we're going to look into some spiritual reasons. There's definitely some spiritual angles on this course for those that are inclined that way. You know, we're going to talk about protein, and we're talking about amino acids, and I mean, this just goes on, and that's just day 3. Okay, and day 4 we start, let's see here, we start looking at carbohydrates and the difference between simple carbs and a complex carbohydrates. Start looking at the different kinds of protein sources, animal protein, different kinds of fats. I mean, it's basically, you know, all about those subjects of nutrition that we've been talking about, and then all of, you know, those in the world of nutrition that they speak about, those factors of nutrients. We'll also talk about some other things. You know, there are things about well-being, some other factors, and that's just day 4. Day 5, we start looking into dairy and some of the reasons to avoid dairy, of which there are many, from just the fact that, I don't know, I kind of take it kind of seriously, you know, how it seems to only be feminine animals that seem to be incarcerated and tortured for their animal products, whether it's the eggs or the milk. So we'll talk about that interesting little fact. We'll talk about casein, we'll talk about lactose intolerance and cancer and tumor growth. I mean, we just, these are very long talks, okay, that are all organized through this curriculum, and that's just day 5. And then we have 5 more days talking more about the roots of disease, understanding, you know, how well-being works and kind of how to help people to restore their health, because this program has, that's enough on the curriculum. I just want to show you a little bit, but this program has 2 sides to it. You know, we all have, well, most of us who are not 18 years old anymore have kind of gone through life, and we've experienced some things, some symptomologies, some things that are not ideal, you know, some things that got diagnosed or some things that didn't get diagnosed, just things that are not perfect. And we might want to learn how to kind of undo that. We might want to learn how to feel better and feel great. So this first part of this course is for ourselves, to learn for ourselves how to feel great. And then, of course, it's a health coach training. So once you have discovered how this system works and how the laws of nature, when applied to you, work, well then, yeah, you start to be able to help other people. But just like any other training, the first things first is we apply it to ourselves. We see how it works. We see that it works for us. And so that's really the key. And then of course it's your family. I mean, if you're a mother and you have kids and you're being told information about your kids should have dairy food, or your kids should eat meat for protein, and you're being told this information, and you know better, but all the forces are they're really confident in their information, but you want to know even more than them. This training's for you too. So let's kind of look at some more stuff here, right? We got the syllabus and the course requirements, of course. There's a bunch of work here. This is a pretty, we could say intensive program. That would be accurate. Let's look at some books here, all right? So the first thing is that we rely on this manual, besides the official health coach training manual, which I'll talk about in a minute because they kind of go hand in hand. But this here Detox Miracle Sourcebook is definitely one of our primary textbooks, written by the Master Dr. Robert Morse, who you can find on YouTube, and he's one of our principal inspirations, and certainly one of the main authors. As you can see here, we are kind of using his book, his textbook, as a foundation as we really look into the human body and healing and all that. This book is just unbelievably comprehensive, and it's just full of information and science. Dr. Morse is a chemist and a scientist his entire life, and it's all just placed there, along with his over 40 years of helping people in the world of healing and nutrition. Okay, so what else we got? We got the China study. The China study, of course, most of you have heard, if you know already about Dr. T. Colin Campbell and what he did. So this is another one of our textbooks, and this is a textbook that really speaks about reasons that we need to start avoiding dairy foods. We need to get our children to start avoiding dairy foods. I don't want anyone taking my word for it on any of these things that I say. I'm just giving what I consider to be evidence, and we're looking at other people that might be reinforcing this stuff. But again, we're always open for debate. We're always open to discuss this stuff. Well, here, guess what? Wow. Whoa, who wrote that one? Well, this, of course, is my book, and this is a book, the first book that I wrote, and this is the book that really kind of explains, to some degree, the system that the health coach training is based on, which is that there's elements to well-being. It's not just food, actually. There are multiple elements. There's food, there's exercise, there's awareness, lots of things, that more than that. And so this book kind of describes that, and so we'll be using this kind of as a supplemental text as well as we go through our curriculum. And then here's one more auxiliary book. I don't force this to be read within the 2 weeks, but I definitely discuss this and give it to people as a special assignment, and that's here, Sugar Blues. Yeah, you'd be really surprised to learn about the history behind sugar and history of the New World. This is something that I suggest everyone to read. I suggest everyone, even if you don't do these trainings, of course, read this book, read those books, learn for yourself. And I remember, I can never help you or answer any questions about this subject, regardless of whether you do the health coach training or not. I'm happy to do that. I love to answer questions about, nutrition and just any way that I can help you. Send me a message, and I will always do my best to answer you. Here's the main manual, which was written by Dr. Robert Snydock, and this is something that I read many years ago and kind of formed the foundation of my knowledge and the foundation of how I became to be someone who delivers food talks for the last 20 years, which I have been doing. Remember, or if you don't know, I opened the first raw food restaurant in South Florida in 2003. But I've been talking about food since even well before that. So this is our main manual. It's pretty intense. You read this and you're just captivated. You just can't believe how good something can be. Every single paragraph you read, you're just smiling and laughing at how much sense it makes, but yet how simple it can be. And we're talking about, of course, the source of disease and the source of people, and why they're not well. Okay. Because if we don't understand the cause, well, then how are we going to be able to suggest a solution? And that's kind of one of the main issues that we have with our system, as opposed to the modern medical system. The issue that we have with their system is that they don't seem to understand the cause of a lot of what's happening, and so then of course their solutions, their oftentimes pharmaceutical-based solutions, are not going to be effective. And could even be destructive or harmful because, again, they don't know the cause. Okay, so then that's our other manual, and guess what? We also just give you one more thing, which is a supplemental manual, just for fun, for some really wonderful recipes, so that you can start to, really implement this stuff in the real world. This training is not designed to teach you how to prepare food. It's not a chef training. There's many of those, and I recommend several of them. And at the location that we're doing our program here in Miami at the Sacred Space, there are many amazing chef programs so that you can actually learn the skills. I'm giving you just a few recipes here. But this program's really to teach you why. Why to do this, why to help your family transition away from certain foods and towards other foods. And then how to help other people, how to understand the psychology, why people are doing what they're doing, and just really to operate with love and to have powerful information that if you're dealing with either yourself and you have some symptoms, you're dealing with your friends or your family or someone in your life, personally or professionally, and you really want to help them, this is going to be the knowledge that you're gonna need to call upon to really give deep help to people in their times of need. Okay, so that's what this is all about, and I'm so excited. Sacred Space is the greatest place. It's the home of Plant Miami, the restaurant, the raw food restaurant that is just like divine. If you haven't been there, please go. But either way, we start Monday night at 6:30. It runs Monday to Friday, 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. Monday to Friday, 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. just for those 2 weeks in a row. So come on out, and even if you don't want to be anything professional or help people, but like I said, you want to help yourself or help your family, that's what it's all about. So any way I can help you, I'm here for you. Are there any questions on the live feed?
What is your opinion about gluten?
So gluten is the protein that's found in wheat, and most people have a sensitivity to gluten because it's kind of a foreign protein and the body doesn't really like it. We're not really designed to be wheat eaters in our nature. We're more designed to be in the fruit kingdom. So wheat's not an actually natural food for us. Some people can get away with eating it without too much sensitivity to gluten, but it's certainly common that it could irritate you and that you'd want to avoid it, for sure.
That was Katerina.
All right, Catalina. Any more questions? All right, well,
there were some parts.
All right, well, I love you all. Again, I don't want to take too much of your time. I did really want to talk about this program, though. It means a lot to me. I see the results. I see people, and I see them talking to me about their medical scores, their tests, and how they improve so much. And they do the test before, and then they email me and they say, "Oh, you're not going to believe the results." And then they talk about their family. It makes my heart just really warm and makes me really happy to know. And we have 10 people registered here on Monday already, and we got space for plenty more. So definitely sign up this weekend if you haven't yet. It's going to just be a great program. I'm super excited for it. So I hope to see you then.
Okay.
Good? Now post it permanently.
Okay. Save.
Save and share.